Hi, welcome to the first ever episode of Eatin' Stuff with Holt and Norm. So we're going to teach you guys a little bit about food science today, but we've got kind of a little, I guess we'll call it a gimmick,
twist on it.
A little twist for you. So what we're going to do is, as we're teaching this, we have 6 different flavors of hot wings all lined up in front of us, along with some, beverages there like milk and tea and water and some pop and some stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to eat a wing, and then we're going to teach a slide. I'm going to teach a slide, Holt's going to teach a slide. Then we're going to eat another wing, and each time we eat a wing, it's going to increase in the spiciness level. So it's going to be a little competition between the two of us. Whoever takes a drink first loses. If none of us take a drink and we get to the end of the presentation, there are 3 of the Terminator wings?
Terminator wings.
3 of the Terminator wings. Whoever is willing to eat the last Terminator wing is going to be the winner. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how this is going to go. But yeah, so we're going to teach you guys about food science as you watch us like tear up and snot rolling down our faces. It's gonna be interesting. My mouth's gonna be on fire. I'm probably gonna get the hiccups, just so you know. So just watch out for that. So all right, Holt.
All right. So first off, a special thank you to the Summit for being so kind to get us some of these extra flavors here. So first off, level 1, we have just a plain mild wing. Level 2, we have their medium sauce wing. Level 3, we bump it up a little bit with a sriracha bourbon. Level 4, we have their straight up hot wing. Level 5, we have their hot Cajun. And to end it off, we have their Terminator for level 6. The Terminator is the hottest wing that they make. I know they actually have to have the kitchen cleared out while they're making them.
Oh, yeah. So and we'll talk about what makes them spicy and talk about flavors, and we're gonna do just like a little sensory thing here too. All right, you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1 does not frighten me at all.
Do you want flats or?
I don't care. Number 1 doesn't frighten me at all.
Flat. I like the flats.
This is the mild wing. I'm sure it's going to be pretty tasty. Very little heat.
No, almost nothing.
We should have got paper towels.
Yeah, we should have.
Are you doing the first slide or am I doing the first slide?
Didn't I see napkins here somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the first one. You run and grab them.
I'll grab napkins while you're talking about the first slide. All right. So first wing, nothing. I got nothing. It's not very spicy at all. Good flavor though.
It does have a good flavor.
Pretty buttery.
A lot of butter in that.
Maybe a little bit of like hot sauce or something, but it's pretty good. All right, so Holt's gonna do the first slide. I'm gonna grab napkins. I'll be back.
Oh. Thank you. All right, so when we're talking about food science, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing you always talk about is flavor. So flavor is going to be the combination of tastes, aromas, and other sensations that you get when eating food or even being near food. Flavor is not all about the taste, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Neurons in the brain become excited, and when we learn to recognize the patterns of taste, aroma, mouthfeel, and flavor as being associated with a particular food. So basically, you get to know what a food would taste like. Fun little fact, and I just learned this recently, no matter what you are looking at, your tongue can actually figure out what the texture is going to be without like licking it.
Huh.
I thought that was really cool. Like if you think of something like the wall, Norm's going to go lick the wall. His tongue will know what it's going to feel like before he actually does it.
I have been known to lick a window.
I know you have, but let's be nice here.
All right, you good?
I'm good.
All right. So the next one is mouthfeel. So anytime you're doing some sort of tasting, I know when I do my milk lesson, and I think you do it too.
I do eggs.
Eggs. So we always talk about mouthfeel when we're talking about flavor and how things are going to feel in your mouth. So mouthfeel is the texture of a food and part of the flavor experience. So creamy, crunchy, smooth, crumbly, etc. Okay, those are all part of the mouthfeel and how they actually feel in your mouth and kind of goes along with like a texture. Okay. Yeah. So that's 2 slides.
Yeah.
So now we bump up the heat a little bit.
All right, so we're gonna bump
So
up to the
maybe-
medium.
Maybe as we do this, we'll talk about flavor and mouthfeel.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
bump it
let's
up
do
to the
that.
medium. We'll see how it goes at these ones.
Okay.
I don't care. Just see which one.
No, I want the sauce on it though.
Yeah, you gotta roll around.
I don't want to be a wimp about this.
Yeah. No. There will be ridiculing. So.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. There's gonna be ridiculing about how I eat my wings too.
It's all good. Oh, this one does have a little spice.
A little spice and a lot more flavor though.
Mm-hmm. Still very buttery, but good.
At the end, we'll have to say what our favorite flavor was too.
Mhm. It is worth mentioning that these are, we picked a whole pick.
They're day old wings.
Mm-hmm. But for day old wings, man, they're good.
They're really good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think it's also safe to say that neither of us have eaten lunch yet.
I did. I had a hot dog.
I did not.
Just because I have, some food issues anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't want to come and go into this, empty stomach. All right.
That one has a little more heat to it for sure.
Just so you guys know, we will put this presentation up on the thing on the
Google Classroom.
Yeah. That way, if you can't see this and you're having trouble seeing it, just know that it's going to be there for you. Okay?
Yep. All right. So, taste. Tastes are the sensations that we detect when a substance comes in contact with our taste buds on the tongue, such as sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami or savory.
Yeah, the umami one's a little shaky for me. That one's never been I don't think really been proven, but
It's supposedly a combination of all the flavors brought together, making it almost savory, which we'll talk about that a little bit more in the couple slides.
yeah. And you will notice that nowhere on here is spicy
Yes.
or hot. Okay. The reason why that is because the little capsaicin molecule, which we'll talk about again later on, will bind to any taste bud on any area of the tongue, which is why sometimes your mouth is just on fire.
Yes.
So, yep. All right, the next one is aroma. Okay, so aromas are the smells that enter the nose or float up through the back of the mouth to activate smell receptors in the nose. You can't taste without smell. If you've ever tried to, drink something or eat something while holding your nose, you'll notice that there is a significant lack of flavor because your olfactory really does help with the flavor aspect of these different foods.
And actually, a really good example of this is when you have a cold. That's why everything just kind of tastes like cardboard, or just lacking of flavor when you have a cold, because your whole sinuses and everything are plugged up.
Yep. But you can still taste spicy.
But you can still taste spicy.
Because it does go into a different way.
Yep.
All right, so another wing.
Number 3. So this is our sriracha bourbon.
Yeah. So since we're on the smell slide, I'm gonna do this a little different. I'm gonna smell this one because this is our barbecue-y one.
This one should actually have a good smell to it.
Oh yeah. I smell molasses on that one.
Really?
Oh yeah. Molasses and barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
That smells really good.
That smells awesome.
It is really good. There is a significant sweetness up front, which is nice.
But it does hit you with a kick in the back end.
Right in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
It definitely hits you with a kick. It's good. I'm not sure they were that much hotter than the mild, or than the medium. Though.
Not a whole lot. But they are, I think they are a little bit hotter though.
Tiny bit. But they are really good though. I enjoyed this one.
A lot of flavor there.
Good smell, good mouthfeel. Oh, sorry. There's going to be a lot of downtime while we're eating these wings, so I apologize. All right.
They're only here to watch us eat the last one anyway.
I'm going to say the last 2, because that Cajun one I think is going to be pretty spicy.
I think it's going to have some kick to it. All right, so taste categories. Our first category, which you've seen them all, or most of them at least, on the last slide there.
I feel it tingle on my
lips. Yeah.
It's nice.
It's really good. That had an awesome flavor to it.
Oh, man. Oh, it's a great wing, but It's starting to make me a little scared for the Terminator.
Oh, just wait.
Oh man, I can't. Oh.
Alright, so sweetness is our first one we're going to talk about. So sweetness comes from naturally occurring sugars and artificial sweeteners. The most common artificial sweetener that you see is going to be aspartame.
Yeah. Splenda.
Splenda, yeah. If you look at most cans of pop, they don't actually use sugar in them anymore. Some of them do. Yeah. Most of them will actually use that aspartame.
Was aspartame the one that was the coal derivative?
I think so.
I think it was, don't quote me on this, but I think it was aspartame. They actually found in a lab when they were working with coal tar, I think it was. And the guy that was working with the coal tar forgot to wash his hands. One day we went home
and he
ate like a sandwich. Well, he was eating a sandwich or something and noticed that it was really sweet. So he realized that he forgot to wash his hands after working with this like coal tar or something. I forget exactly what it was, but he realized he forgot to wash his hands, and when he tasted it, it tasted sweet. So that's actually how they found this. I forget if it was aspartame or it was one of those ones, but
yeah. So I know I can tell you the artificial sweeteners in general, like the aspartame, for the most part, they're about 100 times sweeter than straight sugar.
Yeah, so go easy on
it. The fewer sweets we actually eat, the less that our body will recognize sweetness. So if you've never eaten anything sweet in your life, it's gonna impact you, so you won't really notice. It won't hit you as hard. Stuff like that.
That's why if you've ever seen those internet videos of the babies trying
their eyes light up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's also why the fourth cookie doesn't taste nearly as sweet as the first one. Right. Your taste kind of gets used to it.
Yes. Sweetness can be enhanced by adding just a little bit of sour, bitter, or salty taste. So specifically, a really good example of this is if you look at dark chocolate. It's got a lot of that bitter in there. And that's why a lot of people like dark chocolate, because they kind of balance each other out.
Sea salt caramel.
Sea salt caramel, yeah.
I'm hoping that since we're gradually working up to the Terminator, it's not as bad. But
oh no, it's gonna be awful.
It's gonna be awful. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. But if you add too much of any one of those, it can basically destroy your perception of sweetness.
Yeah. Okay. The next one, I believe, did we do two?
What? No, that was my first one. That was my first one.
So the next one is bitter. Next taste category.
Trying to get out of it.
Come on, man. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about that Terminator. All right, so bitter. At times, bitter tastes can be appreciated. Like Colt said earlier about the dark chocolate. A lot of people do enjoy that dark chocolate because it does have a little bit of a bitter taste to it, which I've grown kind of accustomed to be honest with you. Used to like milk chocolate, but I do enjoy dark chocolate now. So. However, a bitter flavored ingredient unbalanced by something sour or salty is generally disliked, and we've all been there. Okay. As a survival mechanism, our reaction to bitter tastes is believed to serve as a warning of inedibility or unhealthfulness. So this was one of those things that we needed to perceive early on so that we knew whether or not we should eat it.
Right. But now that's kind of the opposite, because like most medications that you get are going to be bitter.
Right.
So it's if you're looking at medicines and stuff, it's different than if you're eating something out in the wild.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't in general, don't eat stuff in the wild if you can't identify it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
Especially mushrooms. Mushrooms can kill you.
Yeah, you have a red spotted mushroom with little spots, and then you get another red spotted mushroom, but this one has big spots, but it'll kill you.
Well, there's one mushroom that like 5 spots is okay and 7 spots will kill you.
Yeah.
Too. So I don't remember.
There's some that like on the bottom, if they're like black, they're fine, but if they're gray, they'll kill you.
So don't eat anything in the wild without 100% making sure that you know exactly what it is. So
yeah.
Go ahead, whichever one.
All right. I was just looking because it didn't look like there were 3 in there. We got shorted.
Yeah. No. All right. So we're finally up to level 4.
So this is just straight up hot wings from the summit. I'm gonna stick with the wing.
Flat. That's fine.
I like the flats.
It's all good. Roll it around in that sauce, or else I'll call you a wimp.
Yeah. You better censor yourself.
No. Yes. I don't want to. Again, buttery and delicious.
Yeah. A little more heat.
Definitely more heat than the last one.
But still, just a lot of flavor there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one I feel a lot more. Feel a lot more in my mouth. So we'll see how bad this gets. Next one, I'm excited for because I've never had this one.
I haven't either. I didn't have the last one either.
Yeah, I've had that one either. All right,
Sorry.
ready?
All right. So the next one is sour. Sour is going to be the opposite of sweet. A lot of times you're going to find the sour in acidic foods because in general acids taste sour. Better example than he has on the board here is any type of tomato. We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure we're still recording. I don't want to do this.
Any type of tomato or tomato sauce is going to usually have a lot of sour in them. Sometimes they do contain a slight sweetness, and that, again, tomatoes, they'll have a slight sweetness, they're sour. And usually sour can be improved by adding sweetness. So if you've ever cooked with any type of tomato sauce, you almost always add some form of sugar to it just to bring out the flavor of the tomato, to bring out the sweetness, and just make it taste better in general.
Oh, even something as simple as like a Sour Patch Kid, they're always
Yeah.
rolled in sugar.
Yeah, they're
Because it does help.
sour and then sweet, or sweet and then something, whatever.
Yep.
Sour and then sweet.
All right, next one is salty. So some foods are naturally salty, like oysters and seaweed, because they are grown in the in the ocean where there's much salt water around them. Usually, salty tastes in food are often a result of a cook adding sodium chloride, salt, or other salty ingredients such as soy sauce. Which soy sauce is basically like the salt that they use in like Chinese food and Japanese food and a lot of those cooking.
Yeah.
Salt helps finish a dish by enhancing flavors. Dishes that lack salt often taste flat. Salt doesn't necessarily have a taste of its own, but it does enhance flavor,
It
which
brings
is
out a lot of the natural flavors that would be hidden
Correct.
otherwise.
which is one of the reasons why with like steak, a lot of people just give
sprinkle.
it the S&Ps,
S&P's a choice for me, but
4 minutes on both sides, and then you're good.
2 minutes on each.
2 minutes on each. That's sorry, I'm overcooking. I'm going medium instead of medium rare.
Sounds like you're overhandling too.
Bird beef. Okay, so that was
All right.
2.
That was 2.
So now we go with the Cajun.
Hot Cajun.
All right, have at her, buddy.
Now this one's got, get your wing
This-
out so we can roll.
This is a dry rub.
It's got a dry rub sprinkled on top. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one's gonna be.
This one's gonna have a kick to it. It's
Cheers.
got a lot of flavor.
Cheers, buddy.
Didn't get break the bone. That's the most different one that we've had.
Mm-hmm. This one actually has a good saltiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times with Cajun seasonings, they do have a little extra salt in them.
Yeah, that's a good wing.
Yeah, not finishing that.
See, now I think you need to do 2 slides because you dropped it.
Yeah, I have to clean that up.
All right. So Norm just committed a foul, so he's gonna do 2 slides
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah. They just redid my floor, so I don't want to
Yeah.
do any mess. Okay, so next one.
I'll do this one, then you can do.
You want to do umami?
Mhm.
Okay.
So the next one we have is
This one's definitely hotter, man.
Well, this one's
Like
way
it.
hotter.
I want to reach for the drinks.
Don't do it. You're gonna lose.
Not yet.
All right. So our next one is umami or savory. This is the one that Norm said he's not really convinced on, but it is. It may not be its own flavor, but it is important enough that we can identify it.
My lips are tingling.
Oh, everything's tingling right now. So recently, researchers have recognized that fifth taste, which is umami or savory. It means delicious in Japanese. That's the literal translation of it. Umami refers to a food's savory characteristic, meatiness, richness, fullness of the overall taste. Yeah.
I'm drooling.
Yeah. Taste buds recognize umami in the presence of several things like amino acid glutamate.
Yeah, or as sometimes it's called MSG, monosodium glutamate.
Yeah.
Find it in Chinese food sometimes. That's the reason why they would add it, is for that umami flavor.
Tastes like chicken stock if you don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, MSG does give some people like headaches and things like that, so
Yeah.
they've kind of backed away from it.
Alright.
MSG, not umami.
Right.
So,
So cheeses, meats, rich stocks, soy sauce, shellfish, fatty fish,
yeah, I feel about it. I feel it.
mushrooms, tomatoes, and wine are all high in the glutamate and produce that sensation of umami. All right, and that's going to be a flavor that everybody's kind of looking for. You can do this one and the next one, and then we'll.
Okay. All right. So things that affect taste. There are a lot of things that do affect taste. This is just a few of them. Okay. So age, taste and smell sensitivity declines with age. So somebody like my daughter is going to taste things way more than I'm going to, and I'm going to taste things way more than my 96-year-old
See
grandmother.
if she wants one.
Yeah. The other one she could handle.
I'm sure she could.
Next one, health. Like Holt said about having like a stuffed up nose, that will affect how well you can taste. Some medications can result in a loss of smell. Some diseases will actually kill your smell and taste too. And then smoking. Smokers are definitely less sensitive to odors. I'm assuming that goes for chewers and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Because it does kill some of the taste buds in your mouth.
Yeah.
So.
Like my dad said when he quit smoking, he's like, everything tastes better.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
But that's also actually why most smokers tend to go for like high sweet foods,
Yeah.
because they can still.
The coal miners used to do that too. Used to go for like real spicy, real sweet, real, because the
intensity, it doesn't, it can still get through their taste buds.
Yeah. All right, so I got to do this one too, or are we eating the last one?
What do you think? Do you want to eat the last one and then you do two, and then I do one, and then you do one more?
Why am I doing more than you?
Because you dropped the wing.
So what?
You dropped the wing.
Oh man. Let's eat it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
Hopefully we can get
Don't
through.
touch your face.
Hopefully we can get through these last set of slides, man. I'm truly like nervous. I'm not rolling it around in the sauce, just so you know.
You don't need to. It's covered in sauce anyway.
Oh, dude, I had a tiny little taste of this last night.
I don't know if I want to go for the drumstick on this one.
Come on, just get one.
I'll do the wing. Let me.
One last cheers, buddy.
Cheers. I'll see you somewhere. Not here. I'm gonna.
Ready?
Hang on.
This is gonna be nasty, man.
Dude, just don't touch your face.
Alright.
I just wanted to get that one off. I'm gonna do. What's your method gonna be? You're just gonna hammer it?
I'm gonna hammer it. I'm gonna eat it as fast as I can.
Okay.
And then hopefully try to talk a little bit. So we'll see.
Alright, ready?
1,
2, 3.
I'm not licking my fingers on this one.
Oh. All right, let's go.
I'm still chewing.
All right, factors affecting flavor: temperature. Warm temperatures give it the strongest taste. Texture. Items with the same taste and smell but different texture will have different taste intensities. Opposites. Nope, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. Wait. Nope, I'm out. I win. Oh. Oh God. Oh. Nope, I'm gonna go here.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Sweet and sour are considered opposites and enhance each other's flavor. Whew. Fat content. Fat is flavor. That's the important part there. The more fat you have, for the most part, the better tasting the food is. Ooh. Oh, you're up. I can't finish that. Oh.
Something about color. I don't know.
Oh.
My ears are plugged. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so bad.
Grab some more.
Yeah. Oh. Food's color affects how a person perceives food's flavor before it's tasted. As the color level increases to match the normal expectations. Nope. Taste and flavor intensity increases. Whew. Oh man. So we have multiple beverages. Milk is my go-to here. Ooh. I can't do it.
Not touching that wing. Whew. Is it so your turn?
Yep. Dude, I can't do it.
Oh my gosh. Now that being said, ladies and gentlemen, these all have different things in them. You have no idea which ones we're drinking, and we're not going to tell you.
Don't touch my face. I already told him I drank milk.
Okay, well, I drank the milk too. Your eyes are beating your head.
So yours.
Bull. All right, come on.
That was intense. Man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Another drink or two.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay, so Scoville heat units. We just experienced a whole bunch of them.
about I think it's like 2 million. I think that was somewhere around. It's between 1.5 and 2 million.
Measures how spicy a pepper is. The Carolina Reaper. One of the spiciest peppers in the world right now, 2.2 million. Jalapenos are 3,500 to 8,000. The cayenne pepper
Runs at around 50,000.
350.
And a habanero is somewhere around 300,000.
Yeah, and the Carolina Reaper is still the world record holder right now.
There is a Pepper X that's working its way up by the same guy who made the Reaper.
We should mention that capsaicin was developed by plants as a means to say, please don't eat me. And we do that.
It's also used, by the military to say, please don't shoot me. Wow. Whew. That was intense.
So peppers in this range are cooked and eaten at a price. You can see the price.
One seed from the Bujaluka, which is the ghost chili, which was a former record holder, is hot enough to cause severe pain in your mouth for 30 minutes.
Yay!
And make you sweat for at least 2 hours.
The oil extracted from this pepper is applied to fences to ward off elephants, and it's also an ingredient in some grenades, which...
Yeah, I can understand why.
Yep.
So the Scoville scale was basically created by a guy named Wilbur Scoville, who wanted to measure how spicy pepper was.
I'm so glad we have tea. Is
Yeah.
that what you're on now? Is the
Yeah.
tea?
I'm out of water though.
Completely out of milk, which, by the way, came from Lane's End.
Oh, nice.
It's quite good milk.
I didn't taste it. So in 1912, he invented a technique of measuring spiciness. Basically, however many individual droplets of water on your tongue it takes is how hot the pepper is rated. So it would take 2.2 million drops individual drops of water on your tongue to dissipate the heat of a Carolina Reaper, excuse me.
Yeah, I believe it 100%. Yeah, which I think
That's basically it. Just move on. Alright.
So use to add food, add spiciness to food. Most effective counteractants would be cold milk or a cold sugar water mix, which is the reason why Holt and I both went for milk first. And then the tea.
I went water second.
Did you go water?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I went for the tea second, because I knew that the tea was going to help the next most.
I wanted to actually savor the flavor of your delicious rhubarb tea.
Can cause burning sensation for up to 8 hours after ingestion. It's also used in ointments and arthritis pains and other joint pains. It's the main component in pepper spray. It adds that burning effect, which is miserable, by the way. Also used as a pest deterrent. You can use it as an insecticide to help keep some things away from your plants. They use it to deter elephants in Africa, and they do put it in bear spray for self-defense.
Oh, fun fact, birds are not affected by it, but I also learned that I don't think deer are affected by it either. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I knew birds weren't, because the plant still relies on the bird to disperse the seeds. But I didn't know deer were.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's actually true.
Oh man, my mouth hurts. It's not so much even fire anymore.
Eat an
It's
ice
still
cube.
fire, don't get me wrong.
Eat an ice cube.
But it hurts.
Dude,
I'm having ice cubes.
Dude, I'm burning right here on the upper part of my face that I just touched with the hand that I
Alright, so that is our last slide.
So,
What did we learn today?
Terminators are
That we're
unpleasant.
Or as,
Unfortunate.
as Tim would say, unfortunate.
So, we have a couple things we want you guys to look at. Comment. What do you think? First off, how do you think we handled compared to?
Terribly.
Yeah, just leave a comment about that. What was the other thing we were gonna do?
We were gonna do the drinks, but I mean,
We drank them. We told them what they are now. So what we want you to do is in the comments leave one thing that you learned from this video.
Comments?
In the private comments.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell us something you learned from the video.
Tell us one thing you learned. It can be literally anything.
Yeah.
Just tell us.
We'll put the PowerPoint up too. So if you need to review it because we were too distracting or something, I don't know why we would have been.
Right.
It's not like that one was hot.
Yeah, it's not like the Terminator was miserable.
I'll give you $20 to eat the last one. They got it here. It's not worth it, guys.
I'll take the tie on that one.
You won, man. I went for it first. He won.
That's no.
Dude, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm better now, but that was one of the most miserable things I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Yeah. All right.
Well done, Summit.
So, yeah, great job, Summit. You've officially ruined our mouths for the day.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Maybe we'll see you next week, guys.
Are we gonna put a little quiz up about the PowerPoint or no?
Nah, then comment will be good.
Just comment, and
Just
we'll
comment.
call it good this week. All right, thanks, guys.